Be careful of the reality that you choose. Be careful of the reality you choose from this day going forward. Hello, everyone. I'm Miss Quiet Queen, and you're now tuned into the Quiet Queen Project. Yes, I'm talking about time traveling a lot. I do feel connected to this subject because I feel that many people who are in power have abused this. Um, there were technologies given to our world governments back in the 20s and 30s, but the leaders of our world governments refused to share that information with the general public. Instead, they hoard the information and used it for their own gain. Now that mass spells and contracts, spiritual contracts, physical contracts, and the like have expired, the old powers that be are scrambling. Many of them I've I've been downloaded. I've been told, or yeah, I believe many of them have committed suicide and or have gone into hiding, like in the middle of the earth in their bunkers and everything like that, because there is a big event um, that they know of that is taking place. This is the reason why sometimes you may feel that, um, hey, that happened before. That feels so familiar because it probably did, but they're changing the timeline to stop certain events. But it is inevitable that these events happen. Our world leaders, and not just in this country, but many world leaders, um, they have been really trying. They go back and change timelines because they're really trying to stop the event of aliens coming to Earth. Not all aliens, just specific ones, specific aliens. They don't want them to have contact with certain people. Now, I don't know if you heard of this, those who are watching this video, but there is something called the 12 Tribes of Israel. I'm really starting to feel that these 12 tribes, not only are they melanated, they're talking about the melanated people, and these 12 tribes in Judaism, they kept this a secret as well. But not only are these 12 tribes um, they, about melanated people, but they're extraterrestrial as well. And I do apologize for my. It appears that I'm a little bit disconnected or disbobulated. Um, discombobulated rather. My brain is all over the place when I receive information. Now, I've been paying a lot of attention to time travel. I've said this to you guys before. I really do feel like, me personally, I'm involved in time traveling some kind of way, and I don't know, as of this date, February 28th, 2020, I don't know exactly how or what. I do know that my personal timeline has been changed. I talked to you guys about a man that I dated back in the early 2000s. I call him Smelly Goat. I don't mention his name on camera, but he was a time traveler, and I also think he is a relative of reptilians. I just recently got that. What I known then, what I know now, would have never ever gave him the time of day. But everything happens for a reason and within season. I wouldn't be the type of woman that I am right now. I wouldn't ask the questions that I ask. I wouldn't know the things that I know had not I been with, this man. You can see him on YouTube right now, if I were to mention his name. But he's very, very old now. He's in a wheelchair. And um, yeah, he was definitely a time traveler. So I feel like my time has changed. Many of your timeline have changed. But here's the thing, we're going to put that on the parking lot for a moment. There are portals opening up in the next 4 to 6 weeks. As a matter of fact, the portals started really opening in January. In February, they really, really have opened up. And the thing is, Mother Earth is moving into a dimension that is elevated, one like never before. You can actually choose, is what I'm understanding, what reality you want to live in. If you are someone who is not woke yet, or you're doubtful, you're going to stay in realities like this one where there's still crime, lots of crime, illegal politics, racism, and all the negative things. Those type of timelines, or these type of timelines, are going to just advance more in those ways. And also, when you see movies about The Walking Dead and people going through apocalypse and famine and things like that, that's going to be this type of the 3D timelines. Those are the mother timelines of the 3D timelines, if that makes sense. And if you do not want to be a part of that, the future of a 3D reality, then you have to choose what timeline you want to live in and where you want to be happy at. I'm saying, when I suggest that you make mantras like, I live in a reality I truly love, mind, body, and soul, don't take that for granted. Don't brush it under the rug. Don't say, that's not going to happen. Because it can, and it will, and it is happening. We fluctuate right now like this. Have any of you, answer this question, have you recently talked to someone and they say, and you tell them, you borrowed my, this example, they say, you ask them, did you borrow my, somebody's knocking, come in.
You making a video?
Mm-hmm.
For which channel?
Quiet Queen Project.
Hi you guys.
Miss Dreads.
Where's my? Hi you guys. Hi.
I don't know what's wrong with her.
Just FYI, I get off at 6:30 starting on Monday.
Oh really? Okay.
Just letting you know.
You look cute.
Thank you.
Okay, so have you ever had someone say, this happens to me all the time, people in my family and everything. I say, I told you already. I'm going to give you another example than the ones I started off. I told you what happened. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. I gave you the packet and I told you. And they're like fussing you up and down. No, you didn't. And they are believing in their truth and you're believing in your truth. And what's happened was your timeline is moving like this. All of us, we operate on different frequencies all day, every day. Sometimes you're operating on a higher frequency than someone else. So your reality is slightly different. Okay? Now, when that solar flash happens, your reality can really, really change. You need to be in control of your thoughts all of the time. Stay in a good mood. I've been doing really well by not getting angry. Don't get angry for the next 6 weeks. Try not to get angry ever. But we tend to do things better when we have a timeline. So for the next 4 to 6 weeks, well, I said 4 weeks starting on February 21st, but really starting from January on through April, because that's when a lot of the portals I'm way I'm understanding is that from January to April, the portals are opening up. Now, what portals are you talking about? These are portals that automatically open up due to the shift, due to Mother Earth moving and shedding the 3D. We're really, many of us, we're not in 3D anymore. We're actually in 4D. And the way you can tell that is listen to the conversations that people are having now. 25 years ago, it was unheard of to have a conversation about aliens actually living here, about people being able to time travel, talking about the Merkaba. These things, the converted Jews of today, they already knew about. They just had hid the secret. And I say converted Jews because the people that you see now that are call themselves Jews, they are not the original Jews. They are converted Jews. They're really from Turkey, and some are from Pakistan, and you know, and some of the Jews, their bloodline is European. Many of them, they're not the original Jews. But anyway, I am all over the place, and I do apologize about that. But the main thing of this video that I wanted to get across is that, oh my gosh, it's just so confusing. I understand it, and yet I don't understand it. It's confusing, and yet it's crystal clear. And I know that my position right now is to just talk about it, not to really understand it, not to really try to get anybody to be on board with what I believe. But my duty is just to talk about it. To talk about it. Get it out there. Share this video. You don't have to like the things that I'm talking about. But have an open mind. 20, 30 years ago, it was unheard of. It was taboo. About time traveling? Can't nobody time travel. Can you believe it? People used to think that we were the only ones in here. Earthlings, we used to think there's no other life out there besides us. We're the only ones because we believe what we saw. If you didn't see it, you didn't believe it. Except when it comes to religion. Okay? People believe in the unseen. But anyway, I don't want to talk about religion. But it was really taboo to talk about these things and to believe in time traveling and things like that. I wanted to tell you that I'm hearing, what I'm understanding is that there are many variations to every year that you live. We're in right now, well, I am in, I don't know what year you're in, but I am in 2020. And there are variations of the future for the year 2020. Now, some people might be on a certain timeline variation where in the near future, Trump becomes president again. Someone else may be in that future where there is another president. And then someone else might be in the timeline of 2020 where we don't have a president. What I'm trying, and another thing I'm trying to get at, my brain, oh y'all, my thoughts are so scrambled. That's the one thing about being gifted and about opening yourself up to channeling. Everybody's taking their turn trying to get in my head. Everybody's taking their turns trying to, you know, send a message. And I'm hearing contradictive messages. I'm hearing on message that that chip that's about to come out in about 5 to 6 years, don't put that chip in your head. I'm not going to do it. At the way I feel now, I don't know in the future. Maybe I'll understand it better. But from what I understand right now, I don't want that chip in my head. They said this chip will make you more like superhuman, and you do things faster, and there's no privacy, and I don't like that idea. I don't like the idea of no privacy. I don't want to be in that timeline. I don't mind being a part of the collective and being able to communicate with everybody at the same time. But then there are times when I want to be left alone. Get away from me. I am one of those souls from God's source that loves the connection. I do. I love the connection with other entities and growing as one. But I also equally love being by myself. I love the privacy. It helps me to grow. When I go into myself and nobody hears my thoughts, that to me is magic. That is power. I don't want a chip in my head from, where everybody hears my thoughts. Because sometimes I have thoughts that are dark, that are embarrassing, that are really personal. And I don't want anybody knowing that. So I just can't understand why people keep forcing this idea, we're all one, we're all one, we're all one. And in the future, privacy doesn't exist, but it's okay. You're going to love it. No, you're going to love it. I don't want to be on that timeline. I'm going to veer off of that one. Okay, if that is where this 2020 is going, you can have that. I'll go another way. Okay, there's different variations of different timelines. So keep that in mind. Do you want that chip in your head? Do you want the chip in your wrist? Do you want that? Some people need it. I'm picking up that certain people are going to have to undergo certain things. Because certain people can't be trusted. Certain people can't be trusted. Certain groups of people can't be trusted. Look at how we live right now. Every 4 years, we have a political, here in America, we have a political contest. And it's the same thing every presidential election year. They get on TV and they bash the other opponents. Nobody talks about what's good. Nobody talks about what they're going to do. I'm going to change this. How are you going to change it? Don't just tell me you're going to change it or you're going to bring jobs. How? And don't put down other people, your other opponents. They have all this dirty campaign. Aren't y'all sick of that? I am so tired. I can't watch TV anymore. Every time a commercial comes on, I'm going to see if I can go to my post office and tell them to stop sending me those pamphlets, vote for me and vote for her and vote for this and that. I don't care. I'm not voting for anything. I'm not going to vote. I don't care. I don't care if Barack Obama voted or decided to run again, or if his wife, and I love them, but I'm not voting for anybody. I'm not. I don't care. Okay? It's a distraction. The good old boys have been running the world for centuries. Their time is up. Okay? Their time is up. It's time for a new thing. And this is the reason why they're interjecting things out there about when aliens come to visit. They throw little words that are negative. So when you see a ship like, oh my God, they're gonna invade us. Chill. Everybody ain't trying to hurt you. But these world governments are trying to hurt others. because they don't want to lose power. Instead of being kind and sharing the wealth, they want to run the other way with their arms full and their pockets full and everything full, running in the opposite direction. No, 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 mine, 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 my sand. Y'all heard me use that analogy before about greedy, rich people who run the world. There is there's so much wealth out there right now. I live in America, so I'm only going to speak for this country. There's so much wealth. Everybody in America can have some money and be okay. I'm not saying filthy rich, but everybody can be okay. Why are the entertainers and the athletes, why are they making so much money and you can't give a police officer or a teacher that kind of money who protect and teach people? I don't understand that. I do know, and as I'm speaking, y'all know my when I get downloads, I my brain, I'm all over the place, and I'm a Pisces, and I'm always woo. A Pisces have all of the other signs within that one sign, and that's why we always seem fickle and wishy washy. I do know from what I picked up is that many of the celebrities um, are told do not give away your money. Um, y'all didn't notice though. For a while, Oprah was being attacked because she used to give away cars and money and pay people's bills, and they're like, you want to stay successful, Miss Boulay? You in the Boulay? You want to stay successful? Don't give away your money. Don't share it. And this is why when they knowing the timelines, knowing how to how to change people's timeline. They know those of us who won the lottery in certain timelines, they change it. Because somebody came to me and just swore it down. Congratulations, I remember you won. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. And I kept saying, no, I didn't win. She said, I swear you did. You won. Remember? They was looking at me like, well, maybe she don't want me to know. And you want to know what's funny? I had the same conversation with somebody else who I was saying, "Hey, how was that when you? I remember you won the lottery a little while ago." She was like, "No, I didn't," and I said, "Yes, you did." "No, I didn't." "You don't want me to know?" "No, for real, I didn't win. I don't know what you're talking about." And I'm like, "Whoa!" Makes me so angry. But I'm trying to get angry. Don't get angry. It's so annoying. Stay out of people's timeline. If you want to go to the future or to the past, change things in your reality. Don't change it in mine. Don't change mine. And if it's not possible, then just don't do it at all. Okay? I find it rude. That's why I like my privacy. I like my privacy. It's rude and invasive. So, create your own reality. Write it down. Don't put everything on this computer and technology. Don't do that. Hard copy only. And when you write in your books, I'll give you an example. I have so many. This is one. Different books, Right? I have so many journals. It's ridiculous. I have so many journals. And make sure that you can keep up with them. Okay? Make sure you can keep up with your journals. But write it down. Write down what you want your reality to be. What do you want your reality to be like? If you want to be a parent, if you want to be in love, if you want to, have a nice whatever your dream job is. Okay? But whatever you do, when you find yourself in a timeline where they're saying, hey, this technology is available, just download it in your brain, put a chip in your brain, they put it right here in your forehead, right where your third eye is supposed to be. They put it there. Now, is that natural? That's not natural. You're turning yourself into a cyborg. Know this. If you're one of the ones that chooses to connect to the world globe internet, it's irreversible. If you get it taken out, you'll perish. Just like computers. When you destroy the motherboard, that computer is not working anymore. So in order for you not to be a cyborg anymore, after you get this chip downloaded, you perish. Talk to your young children. I mean, the ones that are my granddaughter's age, those that are under 12. They want in the future, nobody's saying this, but I'm picking this up, that they're going to start putting these chips in kids anyway. No, 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 no. If you can have your baby at home, have your baby at home. That way you know what's going on. Time traveling and time jumping, dream jumping, all this stuff is very, very serious and it's very invasive, and I feel so connected to it. I also feel very connected to the Sinhalese people. Now, I talked about them before in a video, and they have technology. Y'all don't think that they do, because when you see them, they have loincloths on and they have bone necklaces around their necks, and they have spears, and they are dark skinned, and then people say that they're savages just because they're not the way we are. No. Those people are very smart. They are in tune. The melanin in their skin is how they communicate. The melanin in their skin is their computer. It is. It is their computer. Melanin is magic. That's why I have a serious issue with people lightening their skin. I can understand why some people want to darken their skin. Some people might say it's for vain reasons, because I just like the dark skin. But you know what? There are a lot of pale skinned people who are very, very smart and in tune, because they're the ones that's related to the time travelers. Little Johnny, he's 7 years old right now, but he just came back to visit his mama from his 27-year-old self. Say, hey, Ma, this is what's going on. Our people ain't doing so good. They keeping secrets. There's so many secrets being kept, but those secrets are going to come out. Secrets about racism, secrets that the government has been hiding. Y'all know the government been hiding all kinds of secrets. They, why they whitewash everything. You ever thought about that? Melanated people aren't in anything, hardly, unless it's negative in this world. Biblically, religious, anything. I'm going to go ahead and end this transmission right now. I'm going to come back. I'm going to make several other videos. I want to talk to you all about the websites we visit. They all have an agenda. There's this one website I'm going to talk to you about further called Quora. Go look it up before I do the video on this website. Go look them up. Quora. Just look them up and check them out. Ask some racially based questions. That's when their true colors really show. Not a good company. Not a good website at all. Okay? But they're the least least of my worries. I did let them know that I don't want to be a part of that community anymore, and I will be doing a video giving my opinion on that company. But I'm not going to rush because they're little. They're small beings. I really much. I'm trying to get all of the information from our intergalactic family who is out there. Which incidentally, I was about to say before I cut myself off. Um, the powers that are trying to still be want you to be afraid when you see a UFO. I should have called it an IFO because they're identified flying objects. They want you to be afraid because they're afraid. Don't you be afraid. Now I'm not saying don't be cautious, throw caution to the wind. No, be smart, okay? But don't be stubborn. All right. Let's not allow these world governments to dictate what we do. Go within yourself and ask your higher self. Your higher self is the best you. And we do have, remember how everybody's taught that, you live in many parallels. Like in this life, you're single. And another variation, you're married. And another variation, you're gay. And another variation, you're in prison. And another variation, you're homeless. And another variation, it could be anything. Pick something. All of yourselves need to come in. Now, some of yourselves have been are deceased through whatever way. Okay? But there are many, many, many yous. Just I can just picture it, like a whole long line of me's. There's also, here comes another transmission that is popping in my head. I've already talked about this, but they want me to talk about it again. There's technology out there where you can dial yourself up and talk to yourself. It seems so unreal. But can you imagine people that lived in the 1700s? They're saying you could get into this thing that they call a car, and it moves you from here to there. They couldn't believe it. They wouldn't fathom the thought, a car or an airplane, a train. That seems so unreal, but to you and I, it feels like second nature. Well, that's how it's going to be when you are able to connect with yourself. So when they stop watching the TV, that's another thing that's popping in my head right now to let you know. Stop watching the TV. Subliminal suggestion is real. They want to scare you into not believing the true science, the secret. 0 point is that secret. And I'm going to leave on that note, and we'll pick that up later. Thank you for watching. Stay in the light.